Oh, hello, great readers. I'm Belchan.
I'm Nimikung.
I'm Van Chan.
In this class, I'll read to all of you a part of Ulysses.
Ass.
Ah.
Ulysses. James Joyce. Clapper. 1 sec 2. Rosewood. Herbert. That had bent upon him. Meat. Reproachful. A faint odour of woody dishes. The wolf voice beside him. The rain of bay and skyline held a dull green mass of liquid, which she had torn up from her rotting liver by fits of loud groaning vomiting. Buck Mulligan wiped again his razor blade. All. Poor Doug's body, he said in a kind voice. I must give you a shirt and a few noser eggs. How are the second 10 breeks? They fit well enough. Stephen answered. Buck Mulligan attacked the hollow beneath his underlip. The mockery of it, he said contentedly. Secondal they should be. God knows what poxy bossy left them off. I have a lovely pair with a house stripe. You look spiffing in them. I'm not joking. Inch. You look damn well when you're dressed. Anx. Stephen said. I can't wear them if they are grey. He can't wear them. Buck Mulligan told his face in the mirror. Etiquette is etiquette. He kills his mother, but he can't wear grey trousers. He folded his razor neatly and with stroking pups of fingers felt the smooth skin. Mobile eyes. That fellow I was within the ship last night, said Buck Mulligan. Says you have G. The. He's up in Doddaville with Connolly Norman. General paralysis of the insane. In sunlight now radiant on the sea. His culling shaven lips laughed on the edges of his white glittering teeth. The laughter seized all his strong one-it trunk. Look at yourself, he said. You dreadful bard. Stephen bent forward and peered at the mirror held out to him. Cleft by a crooked crack. Hair on end. As he another see me. Who chose his face for me? This dog's body to rid of vermin. It asks me to. I pinched it out of the skivvy's room. Buck Mulligan said. It is her all right. The aunt always keeps plain looking servants for Malachi. Lead him not into temptation. And her name is Ursula. Laughing again. He brought the mirror away from Stephen's peering eyes. The rage of Caliban at not seeing his face in a mirror. He said, if Wilder were only alive to see you. Drawing back and pointing. Stephen said with bitterness, it is a symbol of Irish art. The cracked looking glass of a servant. Buck Mulligan suddenly linked his arm in Stephen's and walked with him round the tower. His razor and mirror clacking in the pocket where he had thrust them. It's not fair to tease you like that. Pincha. Is it? He said kindly. God knows you have more spirit than any of them. Hurried again. He fears the lancet of my art as I fear that of his. The cold steel pen. Cracked looking glass of a servant. Tell that to the Ulysses Chap downstairs and touch him for a guinea. He's stinking with money and thinks you're not a gentleman. Or other. Paincha. If you and I could only work together, we might do something for the island. Helena said. Cranny's arm. His arm. And to think of your having to beg from these swine. I'm the only one that knows what you are. Why don't you trust me more? What have you up your nose against me? Is it Haines? Arguing worse than they gave Clive Kempthorpe. Lone shouts of money voices in Clive Kempthorpe's rooms. Halifax. They hold their ribs with laughter, one clasping another. I shall expire. Break the news to her gently. Aubrey. I shall die. Fable. With trousers down at heels. She spied as of Magdalen with the tailor's shears. A scared Gus face scalded with marmalade. I don't want to be debagged. Don't you play the giddy ox with me. Shots from the open window, startling evening in the quadrangle. A deaf gardener. A brand. Masked with Matthew Arnold's face. Pushes his maw on the sombre lawn, watching nearly the dancing oats of Greshans. Tortoises. New paganism. Omphalos. That and stay. Stephen said. There's nothing wrong with him except at night. Then what is it? Buck Mulligan asked impatiently. Cough it up. I'm quite frank with you. What have you against me now? They halted. Snout of a sleeping well. Stephen freed his arm quietly. Do you wish me to tell you? He asked. Yes. What is it? Buck Mulligan answered. I don't remember anything. He looked in Stephen's face as he spoke. A light wind passed his brow, fanning swiftly his fair uncombed hair and stirring silver points of anxiety in his eyes. Stephen, depressed by his own voice. Then, do you remember the first day I went to your house after my mother's death? Buck Mulligan frowned quickly and said, What? Where? I can't remember anything. I remember only ideas and sensations. Why? What happened in the name of God? You were making tea. Stephen said, and went across the landing to get more hot water. Your mother and some visitor came out of the drawing room. She asked you who was in your room. Yes. Buck Mulligan said. What did I say? I forget. You said. Stephen answered. Oh. It's only Daedalus whose mother is beastly dead. A flush which made him seem younger and more engaging rose to Buck Mulligan's cheek. Did I say that? He asked. Well, what harm is that? He shook his constraint from him nervously. And what is death? He asked. Your mother's or yours or my own? You saw only your mother die. Into tripes in the dissecting room. It's a beastly thing and nothing else. It simply doesn't matter. Why? Because you have the curse Jesuit strain in you. Only it's injected the wrong way. To me it's all a mockery and beastly. Her cerebral lobes are not functioning. She calls the doctor Sir Peter Teasel and picks buttercups off the quilt. Humour her till it's over. Thought winch like some hard meat from lolliches. Absurd. I suppose I did say it. To be continued.